How is everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. This is the ninth time I've done this. I've only done almost done this 10 times, 10 weeks. Um, anyways, so tonight, what I want to try to do, hold on, I'm going to have some feedback here for a second. Turn on my volume on the other screen. That could be bad. Anyways, so tonight, what I'm going to do is I am going to invite any of you guys who fly drones, and you know, I'll retract it a little bit. It doesn't even have to be a drone story. What's your worst YouTube or whatever story that you've run into? Or it could be your funniest, could be your best drone story, best YouTube story, whichever, whatever. But I'm going to have everybody come in and just let me know what's their coolest drone story that they've done. What's their worst worst crash, worst fear, all that stuff. Hey, Danny, what's up, man? So, anybody who is wanting to come in and say hi and maybe give me a story of theirs, tell it on air, I would love to hear from you. I'm going to put in my email that I'm going to have you guys get a hold of me on. And you guys just email me your email, and it has to be a Gmail account, I believe. But email me an email, and I will send you an invite. And you just kind of click on that, and it'll bring you on to the chat here on Google Hangouts. Hold on a second here. Getting that. I can't spell the word mail tonight for some reason. Anyways, that is the email. Just email me on that. I'll be checking it periodically throughout the stream. And anybody who wants to come on and tell me a horror story of their own, I will invite you in and we'll hear what you have to say. So, what I'll first do is I will. Oh, are you working, Danny? Oh, man. Well, hey, thanks for coming in while you're working. Make sure the boss doesn't see you. No. Cardoso. Oh, dude, you've got to have a drone story or two. G-analysis. Rattlesnake video. Yes, absolutely. I think I saw an email from you. I have had a really bad week as far as work so G-analysis, I went on a cruise. Let's see, it's almost been a week and a half now since I went on the cruise, and things kind of piled up on me while I was gone. So I have been in recovery mode, and literally, I think today I am caught up. I'm going to cross my fingers, but I think I am caught up. So yes, still want to discuss doing a collaboration with you and Cindy, and would love to discuss that. Anything you guys are wanting me to film that maybe we can work on or something together, absolutely. So definitely. Email didn't work on your end. Oh, let's see. Oh, hey, you want to know what? That's because I have so many emails. Here. It is actually a Yahoo email. Sorry. That is why nobody probably saw it on the thing and emailed me. Oops. I was wondering. I was like, man, I didn't get any emails. And I had a couple people say they wanted to. So, yep, I've sure enough put gmail.com on that. Well, anyways, so it's at yahoo.com. Sorry, not Gmail. But yes, anybody coming in, checking in a little late or something, hit that like button if you can on the way in, way out, whenever you want. But I do appreciate you clicking on that thumb up. Or if you decide tonight that I am the worst ever, you can do the thumb down thing. I promise it won't tell me who you are, and I won't try to find you. Yeah, I know, Cardoso. It is definitely Friday tomorrow, and I am definitely excited about it. In fact, I think today there's been a couple times that I've literally said, "Is it Friday yet?" One of them was when I was watching this like almost 3-hour long video by our manufacturer that was just painfully poorly done and not interesting. But so let's start out here with a couple of my stories. I have a few of them to tell, just in case there's some fillers or people aren't able to join in right away. So I have a couple stories. The first story is literally one of my first flights with a drone ever, and that's this little guy. He doesn't fly anymore. I don't know if it would actually work. It might work, but all the batteries that I have for this thing are completely just bad. So, anyways, when I first got this drone, didn't obviously know how to fly a drone. This has no altitude hold. It has no GPS. It has nothing. It's literally all skill. And sometimes those cheaper toy drones are the hardest ones to fly. Everybody who flies drone has probably experienced that at one point in time. If you haven't, you should go get a toy drone, and you should try to fly it. Hey, no problem, Steve. Thanks for checking in. Hey, Kev, thanks for coming on, man. Adam, what's up? So first time I had this drone, first time I flew a drone, I literally ran it into my car, got it stuck on the neighbor's roof. Luckily, it was only a one-story roof, and got it stuck on my roof the first day. So that was not fun. Then we were building the house that I'm actually living in now, and I decided that I was going to take some video with this thing. It has an attachable camera that is detached right now. But I decided I was going to take some video with this thing. And I was flying it around, and all of a sudden a gust of wind came and blew this thing on the neighbor's house roof. And that one was a 2-story roof. So that was a little tougher to get undone. So what did I do? Somebody's pulling into my driveway. Man, I wish there was somebody else in here. Somebody's pulling into my. Know what? I don't know that. I'm just gonna walk. I'll be right back. Hold on a second, guys. This time of night? Yeah. Um. Sorry, guys. Evidently, packages are delivered at almost 8 o'clock at night. All right. So, um, hashtag ban Centroid raid. Awesome. Oh, that's right, Mark. You guys went on for a little while. But anyways, so this thing gets stuck on my neighbor's roof, and it's a 2-story roof, and it's a pretty high-pitched roof here because we get a lot of snow. So it's about halfway up their roof, maybe 30 feet in the air or so, 28 feet in the air. So our house is being built still. So there's a ton of rebar and 2x4s. And so what did I do? I went back to my house, grabbed some duct tape. I duct taped like two 2x4s together, then duct taped some rebar to them. And I was holding this rebar up. Oh, and then I also duct taped a golf ball retrieval tool of my own to the top of that. And I was like holding this thing up, and it was just bending up over their roof, and I was scraping their roof to try to get this thing off. It took me about 45 minutes, but I got it. Food Forest, how are you? Oh, hey, Aaron. Aaron's in the chat. Another good friend of mine in the real life. And you guys are all good friends. But these are actually people that live near me. So, yeah, I finally got it down. It's never really been the same. Camera hasn't been the same, which is why I detached it. So that's right. Yeah. Now I know what came in the package that we ordered. Anyways, so quite a few crashes with this thing. Then this is my newest drone, and I have probably crashed this into who knows how many things already. I already had to repair and replace all the blades on it because they got damaged and beat up, but it's a fun little drone, which is why I mean, you beat it up and it just keeps going. Oh, hey, that's okay. No problem. Yeah, don't take your eyes off the road there, Jerry. That's for sure. But anyways, so while I'm telling these stories, guys, by the way, oh yeah, winding clocks and fluffing cushions. So so are you saying that Mark is going on people's channels and saying, hey there, Jerry Calvary, I'm winding your clock and fluffing your cushion. That's awesome. But so, anyways, by the way, like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, anybody who is wanting to come on and do a story about their drone flying or their channel or anything like that, if it's just a funny story, it doesn't even have to be anything about drones or whatever. It just send an email to the one that I linked above, and I will bring you guys on. Kimmy Gibbler. Why does that name sound familiar? Oh yeah, wife is screaming. That's Full House. That's right. She's the weird one. She is the absolute weird one on Full House. Ugh. Ugh. That lady. Ooh. Hey Kelly, how are you doing? Oh hey, how are you? Not blue. And I will add Aaron as blue as well. There's a few people in here that are not blue anymore. What's going on? But anyways, the wife's being a dork. You should just come on here if you're gonna be a dork. But one day you will have a story. Hey, Brandon had a story. He almost lost his drone when it had that what was that error that he had? But anyways, if anybody wants to come on, send me an email. I will send you a link. You guys come right on, and I will get you in. So here is the email that you guys just send an email saying hi, and I can send you a link. Okay, so then there's this drone. I don't know if anybody knows what this is. It's the Hubsan X4 Desire. Desire. Um, but that drone, one of my friends, I don't know if Adam was there or not, Mr. 84. Not sure if you were there or not. Yeah, GPS signal losses. Those can be tricky. Um, but so what happened with this drone? So I had it up in the air, and this is a GPS drone. So it was sitting there hovering. I had my friend. He has I think the kid. I think it was 4 at the time, but he has a son, and he wanted to really fly it. So I held the controller and I said, "Okay, now don't touch this control stick over here. Just use this one." And it was basically the one that just pitches, yaws, and planar movements. Okay, but not the one that goes up, down, or anything like that. But what did he do? He went up and he grabbed the controller and he just down and outed with the thumbsticks, which on Hubson's, that is your emergency kill switch. Killed the drone. It was about 50 feet in the air right above a street. And that thing just came down and hit the pavement, bounced about 5 feet in the air. Oh, it was the worst I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, so the camera has never really worked on this thing again. It's completely dead. I could probably replace the camera, get in there, and do a whole bunch of the soldering stuff that a lot of you other FPV guys do, but I am just not good with a soldering iron. But oh, hey, how's it going? Hey, Interactive and Lucian. How are you? I don't know if I have met you before, Lucian, but thanks for coming in and saying hello. There's a bunch of channels around here up here that have amazing content. I am Russ, and I do a lot of drone videos and just live chats like this. That's my wife. She's saying hi. She's also in the chat, Ashley Ward, and she does a little bit of family kind of vlogging, I guess.
Aaron, I get to see you on today.
Jerry, I bet you could fix it. Honestly, it's probably. I tried. So what I have done with this is I tried replacing both the. So what's weird is it'll give you FPV view, but it won't record. So I have replaced the what do you call it? The antennas, internal antenna here, as well as the antenna on my receiver, and I made sure all the camera lines and everything were correctly soldered still and connected, and everything's connected. So I think it's an internal thing on the camera where the camera itself would have to be replaced. His name is Kevin. He's been on Steven Aerial History's channel times. So he's one of the tinfoil hattery guys.
Oh, your favorite.
Yes. My tinfoil hat stuff. Yeah, so no, I didn't leave a footprint on the kid's backside because honestly, when I let him grab that controller, what I should have done is hold the controller and hold my hand over the other stick because this kid is kind of a crazy kid, and I should have known better that he would have done something that I would have done when I was 4. So I kind of take personal responsibility for it. Plus, you really don't let anybody fly a drone if you're not willing to have them mess it up a little bit, right?
My name is Ashley Ward. I'm up at top. I'll say hi.
Yep. He knows. He saw you in his stream just a little bit.
I know. He just called me droningaboutnw.
Yep. and for anybody who hasn't seen my first hat, this is my tinfoil hat for when I go on Aerial View in History's UK. He has a conspiracy stream that he does that is absolutely a blast. You don't have to believe in conspiracies. You don't have to believe the government's out to get you or anything. In fact, he doesn't. It's just a really good time talking about conspiracies, having people weigh in on whether they think this one's complete bogus or has a little bit validity, and some of them kind of do. So it's actually really cool. He does that on Mondays. Hey, Roger's in here. How you doing, Roger? Yeah, and it's her fault, Roger, not yours. Yeah, I saw that. Looked like it. But anyways, so Roger, Steve, and Mark, I sent you guys links. I don't know if you guys got them.
Is anyone else getting over a cold right now? It's going around. I'm just getting over mine. I have got my voice back a little bit today, but
yeah, she sounded pretty bad a couple days ago.
I sounded like an 80-year-old lady who's been smoking since she was 18.
Hold on now.
What?
Hold on now. Now, there are people who smoke in here, and
there might not be ladies.
No, they're not.
There we go.
But she didn't sound like an 80-year-old lady that had been smoking. She sounded like the witch would melt you through water.
Did Russ behave on the vacation? What?
What? Yeah, I behaved. Wait, what?
What?
No, I didn't behave on a vacation. It's a vacation.
He never behaves. Are you kidding? He's always a child at heart. I married him.
See, and look, I got this really cool.
Oh, it's not that one.
Which one? Where did this one come from?
I'll go get him.
I didn't get this one. Yep, no problem, Steve. Yeah, so, and I had some fun today on Steve's Aerial Views and Histories channel there, just hanging out for, gosh, I don't know. I think he said it was about 3 hours. I wasn't on there for the first, I would say, what, 45 minutes or so of it. when you guys were first on. But anyways, so I got some shot glasses because everywhere I go, I buy a shot glass from it. So I mean, we're talking if I go into just an airport, I'll buy a shot glass at that airport. So I would say it's last time I counted, it was 80. So some of them are
some of them aren't
sets.
Places.
Yeah. Some of them aren't from places. I would say from places I probably have somewhere from 50 to 60.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I got this one is from Belize, the Mayan guy. I got this one is from Mahogany Bay. I don't know if you guys can see. I mean,
right on my face.
Thank you. I literally, I got this. I got this. What? I was just trying to make it focus, of course, right?
Here, I got it. Here.
Hey. I got this because I wanted the mermaid tail. It's unique.
Right.
Yeah. But I got that from Mahogany Bay, Roatan in Honduras. And I got this one from Cozumel, Mexico. And it's an actual little boot with a shot glass in it.
No. And the view.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm terrible at I'm just looking at it myself.
It says Cozumel on the side.
Yeah, it says Cozumel on the side. I thought I got one from Cayman Islands too, didn't I?
Hello there, mate.
Hey, Steve. How's it going?
Hey.
How's it going, buddy?
Good.
Good. We're just ever since that stream of mine ended, there's been Crags and Centroid and myself, and we've been sort of just visiting streams and whatnot, and sort of having a giggle. And there's a lot of streams these days that use euphemisms for subbing, and we've just been having a good laugh with that, basically.
I've been on a few. Been on a few of those.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Lincolnshire in the UK.
Oh, nice.
His name says Aerial Views and Histories, and then it says UK for University of Kentucky.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
It's all good.
and Roger's in here as well. How's it going, Roger?
Hi.
Hello, Roger. How you doing, buddy? All right.
Not bad.
Good. Yeah. Centroid's still getting me.
I hate to go away so soon, but I have to go do laundry.
All right.
Love you.
Farewell.
Okay, bye, Ashley.
Yeah. So I don't know. I heard one of Steve's stories. Roger, do you have any bad stories with your drone, like almost dying drones, or or anything like that?
Well, no, just hitting Kim with them. That's about it.
Hey, that works for me.
No, just no, not really. No bad stories yet.
That's good.
Springtime's gonna start there, so we'll see what goes on.
Excellent.
Hey guys, just to let you know, I'm not on tomorrow morning.
Oh, you're not?
No, it's something came up, so I'm not going to be here tomorrow morning. I'm not going to be on. So just to let you know, same time. So
okay, mate.
whoever wants to go on tomorrow morning, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. I wish I could, but I probably won't be able to.
Yeah. Whatever goes on.
I'll be sleeping.
You'll be sleeping.
Yeah.
No, something came up there, and they're calling for very big high winds tomorrow too. On top of that, we're supposed to have crappy weather, and I'm not going out. I got something else. I'm not going out. I gotta go out, but I'm not gonna go very far there. But Steve, take the microphone away from your nose. I can hear you breathing. There you go.
Yeah, sorry, mate. This headset, it's the sort of like pressurizes the ears, and it makes them ache a little bit. So I have to sort of rest with them slightly in front of the ears.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
It's okay.
I've had these on a long time now. My ears are hurting a fair bit.
I can imagine. Yeah. Hey, drone obsessed. Yes, I know. I won't be on tomorrow morning. Sorry about that, guys. Sleep in tomorrow morning, guys. That's all I can say.
Hey, and thank you for stopping in, Eileen. Absolutely appreciate you coming in to show support. And Goat Eli, how are you doing as well? Let's see. Anybody else who came in here since Back in the Sky? I think I said hi to you earlier, but thanks everybody for coming in. So, Steve, you have a video that you're going to be showing, I would say pretty soon, because you're up almost near 900, aren't you?
About 860 now, I think.
Nice. Yeah, so Steve has a video that he's going to be showing of what happens when you walk into a pole, or your drone walks into a pole.
Commercial Media says, my second flight with my Spark, it took off on me. Went nearly 1.5 kilometers away.
Oh,
error.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
That's not good. But yeah, so Steve has an awesome video that he's going to be showing once he gets up to 1,000 subscribers, and I can't wait to see that because
it's the crash that destroyed this after having it for 3 weeks, and that was when there was full priced as well. Yeah, devastating.
And I think the one thing that everybody should look forward to is he said that you can see he and his friend's reaction as it's about to go into the pole on the video. So that is almost worth watching the video as well. So when he gets to that 1,000, everybody needs to check that video out. Absolutely.
Yeah, just a little incentive for people to subscribe to me, basically.
Yeah. Subscribe to Steve so you can see carnage. Perfect.
Yeah, you can all unsub after that.
No.
No, I'm only messing. I'm tired and I'm a bit delirious as well, if I'm honest.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, 3:30 in the morning for you, isn't it? Am I right?
4 a.m. now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So good.
That's pretty late. I think the last time I was up that early was when I got up that early, actually, to go to the airport before we went on our vacation.
Love it. Yeah, I'm usually awake till this time, but I've had like a busy day. You know, when you're not really doing out, but you still have a busy day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just sort of drains you, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. And then obviously
I get up at 4 a.m. almost every morning.
Man, how do you do that, Roger?
Oh, it's easy. Either I do that or I pee in bed. One of the two. Oh man, you gotta get up at 4. You gotta get up at 4.
There you go. Yeah, man. I was up at 5 this morning though. Our son has decided to grow in like 4 or 5 teeth at once, and so he wakes up and starts stirring in the morning right before we get up, and now he's like miserable. So he actually wakes up and starts crying, doesn't want to go to sleep. So I slept on a stuffed animal of his, Sully from Monsters Inc. A stuffed animal about this big. That's what I slept on for the last hour from about 5 to 6 in the morning this morning.
Oh, blooming heck.
Steve, go ahead.
Commercial Media says, never happened again. I was near too much metal.
Yeah, I've done that too before. I have done that too. Ben, you are near metal, and so you fly where your drone is between you and you have a lot of metal around it or something, and literally it'll just lose, like go from 10, 12, 16 satellites to 5.
Okay. Like here, when we fly, we can't stay inside of the house on that side because we got the electrical meter there, and it's all Wi-Fi. So now we got to stay away from the house on that side when we start flying. Get a lot of
Centroid.
Hey, Centroid.
Mark. Long time no see.
Yeah, we can't. Mark. Yeah, can't hear you, mate.
I'm wondering.
Yeah, it's note to do with your headphones, mate. I think he needs to change his mic settings in
Google
Hangouts.
There we hear me?
Yep.
You can hear me now? Actually, I'm not on for very long, Russ. I just used your link. I appreciate it. I'm just here to tell Roger I'm mad at him now. Really? You're gonna make? What am I gonna do on my break tomorrow? You don't make me go on that. Don't make me go on that faculty lounge. Anybody else streaming tomorrow?
It's all right. Hey, Centroid, it's all right. I'll set up a stream. I'll just put my camera face in the cookie jar, mate. It's all right.
It all depends on what you're putting in the cookie jar, and then it'll be all worth it.
Hey, Cardoso, we'll see you later, man. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi and giving your drone story. I really appreciate it.
Farewell,
Terry
bye-bye.
Calvary says old guys have a bladder alarm.
Well, that's another thing. I hate to admit this. I'm on Roger's side on that one. I can't say it's 4 o'clock, but at 5:30, same thing for me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what time it is necessarily, but it's every time when I wake up, definitely. But there's no time.
5:30, like clockwork, man.
Yeah. Well, I drink so much coffee in one day. It's got to come out, man.
That is true. You have a bit of coffee. When you sell those coffee mugs that you have on your site and stuff, that's going to be one well-used coffee mug sitting on your desk there.
Hey,
Did you get it, by the way, yet?
Yeah, I got it. I got it 2 days ago.
Excellent.
And
Nice.
I got my shirt today. Yay.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I didn't even recognize it. See,
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
I think they sent it to the UK. Yeah, I think they sent it to the UK
and then back.
and then back. I think that's how it works.
It's like one time when my mom came off the airplane from Vancouver, her bras and all that were sent to Paris. So,
hey, Rick James, how are you doing?
Hello, mate. Hey, Roger, there's a good idea in the chat. Why don't you set up an all-morning Roxy cam?
Yeah, just have the camera trained on Roxy.
Oh, yeah, there you go. But, you know, the only thing that I would say against not doing that, Roger, is like if I was you and I did this show every morning and then I set up the camera on Roxy and I got just as many views having people just watch Roxy lay there, I would be like, oh, well, no.
Yeah, I was laughing the other night. I joined this live stream. I'm subscribing to a lot of channels lately, and there was this one stream, and I went on, and it was literally just a lava lamp. I'm not kidding. That was it. And I spent about 5 minutes watching it, thinking this what's meant to happen, and nothing did. I thought, what am I doing with my life? You know, I've got to...
But Steve, question is, did you notice how many people were actually watching?
There's about 10 people watching. Yeah, not kidding.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So 5 minutes, if you stop in and watch that thing for 5 minutes, and Mark stops in and watches that thing for 5 minutes, and I stop in and watch that person's probably getting views with a lava lamp. And here we all are, like, actually trying to do all this stuff, and this person's just like, bam.
Yeah, mind blown.
8-hour stream.
It's amazing what people will do for these lazy streams. Yeah. I mentioned to these guys, Rusty, have you ever gone to Hash Info's channel? I mean, I've watched his live stream. He's a nice guy. One day I went in. He had a cookie jar, camera trained on it, and the cookie jar was filled with weed. And I waited for like 5 minutes to see if he'd come on and start chatting. Nothing. And there were like 25, 30 people watching this jar of weed.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And I'm like, okay, I'm gone. But I don't know how long these people were sitting there watching this thing. But you know that it's genius.
How did you know it had weed in it, or what was it showing? What was inside of it, or?
Oh yeah, it was glass. It was obvious.
Oh, okay.
It was a glass cookie. It said cookies on it. It's sheer genius.
Yeah, it is, especially for like Oreo company and stuff, Nabisco.
And what'd you say, Roger? That probably everybody was watching and drooling over it.
Yeah.
Over both the word cookies and what was actually inside of it, I'm sure.
For sure.
Well, mate, I've actually thought of that a few times. You know, why don't I just set up a live stream? You know, just with my videos on it playing constantly on a loop or something. But I think, nah, that's not my style. I'd rather put some effort in. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, there are some live streams where they just set it up and look at stuff. Like a lot of the guys who do 3D printing and stuff, and they have it like showing them doing their 3D printing. Like, I don't know if you've done any of those streams like that, Mark. Have you?
I haven't done any streams, but I've done time lapse on it, but I've never done a stream doing it.
I forget. I think it was who was it?
Yeah,
was it
Canadian drone guy? No, Canadian drone guy did one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canadian drone guy 616 and Heath. They all did it.
Yeah, and I watched Heath do it once too. Yeah, all of those guys. So what I don't sit there and watch it for 3 hours straight, but what I'll do is I'll come in, I'll watch it for like 30 seconds to a minute and a half or so, and then I'll go and then I'll come in like 10, 12 minutes later and be like, ooh, what's changed? Watch it for a minute or two or whatever. And then like those are actually really cool streams, and it really just takes them putting into their 3D printer and setting it up and just letting it go, and it takes hours.
Yeah. Some prints will take 4 or 5 hours. That's a good stream if you got 10 people coming in at a time, just checking it for a couple minutes. I may have to try that.
Yeah, I would, because Mark, honestly, like you'll get a lot of hits and stuff. I think Jim was telling me that he got quite a few hits. He's like, I only had like 6 or 7 people watching at a time. He's like, but I got like 300 hits. So
I mean, now what I could do is kind of do a teaser and say, what's the print going to be?
Yeah, there you go.
It's a long reveal.
Absolutely.
Hey, Hell's Spawn, how you doing? My Interactive says he's going to do a live stream showing his toenail growing. Oh my God.
That sounds about right.
Oh, loving it. Yeah.
Here, let me paint the wall. We'll look at it dry. Okay, guys. There you go.
Yeah,
interactive though, and have a good night, Rick James. Absolutely. But interactive, what you have to do to put like the icing on the cake of that video is you have to do like an ASMR of while you clip it as it gets old. Growing or whatever.
No. I'm gonna actually steal Interactive's idea, so it's not original. But I'm just thinking of having just a big pot of soil with a little bit of grass, and just say, "Watch it grow," and put a camera on it.
There's people who do that, and they get a ton of views. or you know how everybody always makes the joke about watching water boil. Actually make a video where people get to watch water boil over and over again.
Mythbusters. Will a pot of water boil? What's that?
I think I'll put the Roxy cam on.
Hey, yeah. Roger, I hate to tell you this, but I'd be a fan. I'd watch.
Yeah.
I'm not too proud to admit that.
Yeah, you'll have issues if you end up with more viewers than you usually do.
Yeah, that's what Russ is saying.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then what you got to do is you got to turn on speakers facing towards her, and then send all of us a link so we can come on and we can talk to Roxy in the morning. Like, Roxy, is it really Roger's chair that was making all those sounds?
Now I'm really dating myself, but probably Roger remembers the comedic actor W.C. Fields. You remember him?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You remember what he said about kids and animals? Never go against them. You'll always lose. Yeah. So Roger, if you give Roxy the cam, you may lose your throne.
I'll just move my chair out of the way and put her bed here, and then there you go.
Yeah. You know, I mean, what do they say about YouTube? The moniker and the, you know, I guess what they call it?
The motto.
The motto of YouTube when everybody's like, oh, and they talk about it in movies is what do people go to YouTube to watch? Cat videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speak for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Interactive DNA. 100 million views of its pot. Absolutely.
Yeah. Probably. Hash Info's got that wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, myself, I'm not going to be on too long, guys. I'm pretty burnt. I had a rough day today.
Yeah, I'm going to be cutting loose soon, too.
I went out. I had to go buy salt and sand and all that because we're having crappy weather tomorrow.
Oh,
And I had an issue with my truck on the road, and oh my God.
Now the wife just made it a cat for you.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
there's the cat.
Okay, there it is. The cat.
Cat made it in.
But it's okay, Russ. You have a dog too.
Yeah. She's down at my feet. She just chased the cat because the wife let the cat go. So
Good doggy. Good doggy.
but yeah, no, we're supposed to get some pretty good snow here too in the next week or so, Roger. We're not supposed to get a lot tomorrow or the next day, but I think starting Sunday night into Tuesday night, we're supposed to get near a foot at that point in time. So.
Well, we're getting ice rain and rain. That's all we're getting now lately. And that's what they're calling for tonight. We're supposed to have high winds up to about 50 to 60 miles an hour. Then tomorrow, the winds are supposed to be stronger, and all that crap too there. So, and,
hey, Cindy,
and I got to go out in that. So, I don't really want to go out, but I got to go out in that tomorrow.
Where are you gonna go, Roger? If you don't mind me asking.
I got well. See, my son brought me to the hospital the other day,
and
I got to bring him to the hospital. Well, because I'll have to drive back for him. He's getting something done, and he can't drive after that. So,
okay.
That's what.
You mean he shouldn't drive?
No. Well, I mean, normally he smokes enough. He's normal driving, but
yeah,
with the stuff they're gonna inject him with, it's gonna be different. No, I just found that out tonight. They're around supper time. So.
Okay. Well, I hope everything goes
well.
Everything's
gonna be okay. It's a little thing there, but everything's gonna be okay there. It's just that because he worked all day today, and when he got home, he had a message on his phone. So that's why. Well, he told me, he says one day that I might have to miss a day for him. So I said, okay, well, what the hell? You bring me to the hospital when I gotta go. So.
Yep.
Family first, Roger. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. We're still going for the euphemisms in the chat at the minute.
Oh, geez. What's the latest one?
The more mundane, the better.
Yeah.
I just boiled your pasta.
Oh, God.
I was telling people earlier I was fluffing the cushions.
Hey, Chris,
I do believe I wound somebody's clock earlier. I did dust Craig's muffin.
That one sounds a little dirty there, Mark.
Well, he told me he iced my cake. What's worse?
Yeah, true. Both even. Cindy, they're coming up with euphemisms and stuff that they're using just because they were having fun earlier. For when they subscribe to somebody's channel, like there's you don't sit there and say like, "Oh, I subbed to you," and
I supported.
stuff like that. Yeah, or I supported you or anything like that. So everybody tries to keep away from using those words and stuff. And honestly, I've never seen YouTube say anything, and I've said all those things to people before. But they're making fun of it. So they're going around just saying stuff on random people's streams, like what Steve Ariel said to you. He said, "I just boiled your pasta." Basically, he's meaning.
Steve,
sorry, mate.
One of the funniest ones I didn't catch on to it because this euphemism thing's still relatively new. I forget which one it was. I think it was a rattlesnake guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden this message pops up. Central aerial images. I just put an aerial on your roof.
Yeah, legit.
I had to think.
As well.
I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, okay. And then I said, "Thank you. I needed better reception." But that's like, and I'm like, "Oh, he subbed me. That's what he's telling me." And then it just went downhill from there.
No, you see, the thing is, I've been in there the night before, and they've got the night bot, that actually comes up. No using the word supporter or sub, so it is literally all euphemisms in there for supporting people. And for a laugh, I told someone last night that I'd left a floater in the pool. Which, to be fair, it got a good reception. To be fair, I'm glad it did because I was only messing about.
Okay, guys, now you can't pick on me for my dusting the muffin. Look what Craig just said to me.
Hey, he just wants to make sure that you don't get chapped lips. I mean, it is cold in some parts of the country.
Oh, these euphemisms are getting pretty ridiculous. I mean, legit. We was in that Skype call and we was in there and somebody told Centroid they'd put an aerial on his roof. What's that all about?
They're
So
literally gonna take,
we've just been coming up with the most mundane euphemisms.
Yeah.
they're gonna put you on Mark's roof, I think is what they're meaning. But yeah, no. So Cindy, how cold is it over by you guys now? Because I'm wondering if that's gonna start messing up some of that rock and stuff a little more. Because we really haven't had the really super cold weather yet.
What's the door?
So you guys know how I was talking about that Rattlesnake Ridge and everything.
Yeah.
Cindy actually is another YouTuber that keeps up with the Rattlesnake Ridge and stuff, and so we kind of keep chatting about it and everything. And one of these days, when I can, okay, sounds good, Roger. One of these days when I can get over there and I actually have like more than like the 30 minutes or so that I use to make one of my videos or whatever, I would like to actually do like a collaboration with her. And she has this geologist guy who was actually in the stream when I began the stream, Geoanalysis for You. I would like to do a collaboration with the three of us if I could, but she and I have at least talked about doing a collaboration. -3 this morning. Ooh, that's colder than here. I think I got down to about 3 or 4 or something. So
okay. Russ, I'm gonna bug out here. Like I said, I just wanted to come on for a little bit, and I appreciate the invite. So I'll say my byes to everybody. So
Jeez, farewell, Centroid. It's been a good night, mate.
Yes, it has. It's been a lot of fun. And everybody in the chat, do what you can. Go to everybody's channel. Make sure you paint the house, wash the windows, sharpen the pencils. Do what you gotta do.
And walk that dog.
Walk that dog. Walk the dog. Take the kids to the pool. Do what you gotta do. But it is what it is. So you folks have a good night. Thank you very much for having me on, man.
Take it easy, mate. All the best.
Yeah, night teach, JDS says. But no, I did not fly today, JDS. Well, I mean, I guess I flew this little guy inside of work in the shop a little bit. So I guess I did fly today for a little bit, but not for very long. But anyways, so I was going to see, I never even checked. I've been terrible. If anybody actually emailed me that they wanted to come on.
JDS, how you doing? Oh, Centroid's left.
Yep. Mark had to go. He had to get some sleep, so he isn't taken advantage of by the students tomorrow morning. You know, I remember when I was a kid in school, you could smell blood. When that teacher had a rough night, it was time to pile on.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah. When they used to walk in with their heads down to the ground there and don't want to look at you, you know they had a rough night.
Tell you what, I was having a really weird sort of YouTube bug on my stream earlier. There was it was reporting 0 people in and 1 people in, and there was literally like the chat was scrolling fairly quick, and I asked everyone to do a roll call, just put a 1 in the chat. And there was over 10 people in the chat, and for about an hour and a half, it was only reporting 1 or 2 people watching.
Yeah, and there was a time where it was reporting 1 or 2 people, and like he said, how many people? There was one time where you said put a 1 in the chat, and it was literally 15 or 20 people put a 1 in the chat, and it was saying 2.
Yeah, really odd for
weird.
everybody as well. It wasn't just on my side of things. And Night Shame trolled me, and he said it's reading out as -10 here.
Yeah. Which I doubt was real, but that
yeah. Night Shame's ace, and he's just a joker.
Hey, yeah, Michael and Johnson, I've asked, how are you guys doing? By the way, I saw you asked what I do for a living, Interactive DNA. I run a drinking water cooler with my dad and my brother and stuff, and kind of a family business. We do like Culligan 5-gallon jugs or whatever for drinking water, but our machines actually filter water inside the machine, so nobody has to deal with the jug. So we run around, sell, install, service, change filters, and all that stuff on water coolers. So that's kind of what I do. So if anybody has a water question, I can definitely answer that as well.
There we go. I'm gonna have to get off in a minute, mate, because I'm literally
Starting
so
to fail?
tired. Yeah, yeah. I've been delirious, you know. That's how I feel at the minute, like getting dizzy. I'm that tired, you know.
Well, just fall asleep on the couch there, and I'll leave my stream going, and we'll just watch you talk in your sleep or whatever. And
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, just sort of doze off. Yeah. Well, I was saying earlier on Review Tech USA, it's mainly like a computer game show and whatnot. Essentially, he covered this story of this Twitch streamer, this sort of fat, greasy, sort of nerdy dude who live streams games. He's got his camera set up beside him and is playing some game. And he fell asleep while he was on stream. And usually he'd have about 30 people watching. He was asleep for just over 3 hours, literally just sleeping, snoring. And he ended up with like 300 or 400 viewers just because he was asleep. Yeah. I'm doing something wrong, mate. I must be.
People love, like I said, with that video that you were talking about with your drone failing, people love to see carnage. So when somebody has a fail moment, like that dude falling asleep, there's going to be people emailing their friends, dude, this guy fell asleep on his stream and he's got drool and it's about an inch away from ripping off his skin. Come see, let's see if it happens. I'm gonna start, and then people will start taking bets on, okay, I call 15 minutes and that stuff rips off of his skin. That's what I would be doing.
Yeah. The funny thing was, it was his expression when he woke up. He sort of like came to, and he sort of like didn't look like he knew where he was, and his eye was like half closed, one of them like that. And he sort of just turned slowly to the camera on his laptop, realized he's still holding the controller like this.
Did he actually do the thumbs up thing too?
Yeah, after he'd sort of stared into the camera like that for about 30 seconds. And you just see him look to the side as he's seeing this chat going absolutely crazy. It's just,
He probably looked and saw that he had 400 people watching. He's like, all right, I'm never going to sleep in my bed again, ever.
Oh, blooming heck. Do you reckon Centroid would go for that tomorrow if I set up a cookie jar live stream?
Yeah.
Just for him.
I bet he would. I bet he would.
Might even just do it as unlisted and send him the link. But bored on your dinner break, mate. Here you go.
Watch it, though. You set it up, and then he catches your girlfriend actually going and grabbing cookies out of the jar or whatever.
Yeah. Blooming heck. I don't know. Well, I'm going to have to get off, mate. I am absolutely knackered, and
Okay.
I'll catch you both again real soon. Okay.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you later, Steve.
All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good night. I'll still be in the chat for a bit.
Okay.
All right. Cheers, dudes.
Roll along.
I know.
Johnson Ibass, how you doing?
Those guys, they must have. Were you with them, Roger, when they were going around to everybody else's channels and stuff for a little bit?
No.
Oh, so I was on with those guys like 2.5 hours before I came on or so, and then they went over to Mark's channel, and they were actually like going on all these other people's streams and literally just saying those random things like, "Hey, I tipped your bucket," you know, stupid stuff like that or whatever, and people were idiots. That's fun. I want to go do that sometime. But anyways, but yeah. Let's see. I know Kim has had a few wrecks, Roger.
Yep.
What is the worst one that you've seen Kim have? Was it the?
Well, it was the last one there he did there, with the Ghost 100. That one there made us run around for a little while looking for it. And like I said, we checked all around in the fields in the frontier and ended up on the other side of the street, on about a half a mile away.
Yeah, but my expert tracking skills found it.
Right.
The bloodhound knows. So Cindy, I don't know. Cindy, do you have a camera available to come on? because Cindy actually, she got Mavic Air. I was talking to her. Oh, let's see, how long ago was this? 4 months ago, 5 months ago, or something. She got a Magic Air. Wow, I was on a Carnival Magic, but it's a Mavic Air, and she crashed her drone within like 10 days of getting it and never got it back. That would be a cool story for her to tell. Come on here and tell.
Okay.
But I don't know if I think she was saying night to Steve as he was leaving. I don't know if I think she's still in here. But yeah, so I'll kind of just give a brief synopsis of what happened. Is she was kind of filming up near where the mountain is that's coming down, and there's the Yakima River is right there. And I think she was flying from across the Yakima River towards it, so she had better visual line, because where I fly, it's kind of almost straight up. But I don't know. I'd rather be closer and just have my settings for return to home set.
Yeah.
You know, than be farther away and have farther distance that it has to travel to get to me if something happens. But so she was flying over the river and it just like crashed into bushes.
Oh, correct.
Yeah. No cam right now. Oh, darn. Oh, that's right. You hit a stop sign first. And how ironic is that, Roger? Her first crash, she hit a stop sign. Yeah, and then she lost it on another flight. That's right. She hit the stop sign up on it was, I forget what road it was, but it was kind of up in the hills, I think.
Yeah, that's really why I really want to fly my Spark, but with this crappy weather we've been having, not be able to. And I'm a little bit nervous also because it's all white, right? And now it's snowing out. I mean, there's snow all over, but if that thing ever goes down, I'll see where it goes down to. I'm screwed.
Yeah, you'll find it in the spring.
Yeah, I gotta find another skin to put on it. They're probably orange or something.
You know, if it does go down though, Roger, I will say, if you use your controller, you can actually follow the GPS to follow to where it finally went down at. There's a way you can do that.
Okay, yeah, with the GPS on it.
What?
There's GPS on the Spark?
Yeah, it's a GPS drone. So it runs by GPS. So what you do is you can look on, you know, what do you use as your visual for it? Like, do you use a notepad or
a phone?
Yeah, a phone. Okay, so on your phone, what you do is, you know how you can see where it is on a map? Like you have your screen here, let's say, and it shows what the actual the camera can see. And then you have a little smaller screen right in here, and it shows like a map. If you click on that map screen, it'll pop the map up. Yeah. And then what you can do is you can scroll in just like you would with Google Maps or whatever on your phone, and you can see exactly where it went down to within like 3 or 4 feet.
Wow. Okay.
And as long as it has battery power, it'll be continuing to send you a signal. But if it doesn't, then you'll be able to at least zoom into where the last signal was.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But your drone's going to be sitting there, possibly spinning propellers in wet snow. And the battery is going to be warm enough to heat some of that snow to get into it. And then, so it might be.
Yeah. Like when Kim lost his Ghost there, it was all fluffy snow. It wasn't hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. We found his camera, and then we found his battery. Well, he found his camera, then he found his battery after that. So it's lucky that it left the indentations in the snow where they fell down each one. So so he found them right away.
Yeah, Jerry, I think I saw the recovery video of you trying to get your drone back. I think I remember seeing that once.
40
You're
feet
not allowed to fly over pedestrians and property in Philadelphia? Huh. I know I mean, you can't fly over pedestrians anywhere, technically, without them knowing. But there's a lot of technically things. And what Kim would say is make them come get me. Right, Kim?
I don't know if he's on his computer or not upstairs. He just went upstairs.
Oh, okay.
He just opened the door to let the dog out and everything. We have a big light on. He said there was 2 bugs flying around the light. So what the hell? 2 bugs.
Bugs?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Those things are some pretty stout bugs to be alive through all the weather you guys have been having.
Could be ladybugs.
See, and if they can fly, you can fly, Roger.
He went back upstairs. I don't know if he's on his game or on a movie there. I don't know.
But yeah, so the one drone that I have never crashed. Now I have had one close call with it, but I have never crashed this drone. It has always been just rock steady and it's fail safe, come back. When I didn't have my Mavic Air, I never took any real risks with it because it was like that was what I had.
Yeah.
And that white one, I messed up its camera, so I couldn't really film with it. So literally, I had that.
So is there any temperature weather I shouldn't fly? Rain, first off.
Yeah, don't fly in rain. Don't fly. I mean, you shouldn't fly in fog anyway, Cindy, but definitely zero. Do not fly in fog when it's freezing out because what will happen? That fog will condense and then freeze onto your propellers and you will have motors fail. And it doesn't take long. It can take a couple minutes is all. But, and then also, I would say, Cindy, anything under 10 degrees, I don't fly at all. If it's over 10 degrees, I don't fly long and I don't fly far until it gets to 20, 25. Then I'll fly a little farther out and do just fine. But anything 10 to 20 degrees, I usually fly 6, 7, 8 minutes maybe on my Mavic Air, and that's half battery maybe. I won't ever go below 50% on a Mavic Air or any battery when it's below 20 degrees. Yeah. And when it's below 10, nothing. I don't fly. You can fly if it's snowing a little bit, Cindy, as long as it's a dry snow. If it's wet snow, forget about it. It's just like rain. It'll get in your electronics and stuff. But if it's a very dry snow, your props are going to keep that snow from really getting into anything too much.
Famous last words. I never crashed this drone.
I know. What was I thinking? I never thought about that. But I haven't. But upcoming, I'm sure it's going to happen. I've been flying a little more because that's the only drone that I have that I can use my FPV goggles on. So I really need to get an FPV drone that I can fly inside. I really do. But I also have to get a transmitter and all that good stuff. And yeah, I mean, like Johnson is saying, he flies in any temperature. There's people who fly in 0 degree weather and do just fine. It's just it's really bad on your battery, like the actual, not just how long it lasts for that one flight. It's bad on your battery, period. It's basically like overworking an engine and driving around at 5,000 RPM all the time.
Yeah. I mean, when it's really cold out, I don't feel like going out flying, catching pneumonia. So I'd rather stay in the house.
Interactive, you're saying build my own. I know. I need to learn how to solder first. I've done it before a few times, a long time ago. But I don't do it anymore. It was back when we first started selling water coolers. There was a couple part-on boards that would come undone. So I kind of learned how to solder. I'm sure if I went back to it, it wouldn't take long to get it back. But I had to solder some things onto some of our computer boards on our water coolers. Atraxis is what is that? Is that a type of drone, Johnson? Make sure to video it. Yeah.
Well, Russell, I'm gonna have to get off because I gotta get ready tomorrow and bring my son there. So
that sounds good. Well, like I said, good luck at the doctor. Hope everything turns out well for him, and we'll see you Saturday morning, I guess.
Yeah, Saturday morning.
Okay.
Or you never know. I might go on tomorrow night. You never know.
There you go. Well, since you're gonna miss tomorrow morning, I would almost put money on it that you're not gonna let Roxy steal your thunder. So.
Okay, my friend. You take it easy. Thank you very much for letting me in.
No problem. Sounds good. Talk to you later, Roger.
Okay. See you all tomorrow night, probably. Bye.
Yes.
So, everybody, I'm not on tomorrow morning.
Yep. See you, Roger.
Bye.
Yeah, Cindy, I did see your car crash video. How is the car? Like, I know you and the dog are okay now, so that's good. But how is the car? What was there a lot of damage? Nice, Jerry. That's cool. It was this Monday. Yeah, yeah, I definitely saw that video. It looked like you like when you were showing the others the outside of the car after, it didn't look like it was as bad as what the actual wreck looked like on your dash cam. It looked like on the dash cam like it was that's completely total, it's gone. But then on your other stuff, I couldn't see all that. It looked like I figured when I saw the wreck, I was like, oh, her whole front end is just going to be accordioned, but bit on the fender is all. Man, that car took it well. It must have hit a lot of snow before I hit the wall. Then, oh, it smells like antifreeze. Well, is it the exhaust that smells like antifreeze? Because sometimes that. Yeah, Johnson. So Cindy, they had a really bad snowstorm this Monday and Tuesday over in Yakima, and she kind of ran into the wall on. I think was it the freeway or was it Highway 97? But yeah, so she had a wreck. It's on her channel if you want to watch. It's not her last video, but it's one of her, I don't know, 3 or so videos ago. But if it's smelling like antifreeze, that can either mean that, I mean, you could have just cracked the radiator. It's one of the first things in the front. So if you hit in the front, it's a very good chance that you just crack the radiator. And I hope that's all it would be. Because the other thing it could be is if you're starting to smell it like in your air vents or in your exhaust, it could be a cracked block of your engine, which could be a whole lot worse. Oh, wait, 97, yeah. Ugh. Well, like I said, I'm glad you're okay. Because, yeah, I've been in wrecks before. I've been in a few. They're not fun and they are very scary, especially when it's happening. You never know what's going to happen. So. Yeah, mechanic will fix it. At least, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's totaled then. It could be some damage, but I mean, that's what car insurance is for. Have a deductible and they take care of you when you have a problem. So. Oh, so anybody else have anything exciting that they're going to be doing this weekend? Um, any fun videos that anybody foresees putting out? I have a bunch of video from my cruise that I haven't put out, and honestly, there is zero excuse. I mean, I've been busy with work, and busy with work, busy with home and stuff, but there's really not any excuse for why I haven't put it out. It's just pure haven't been doing the editing on it. That's literally it. Oh, yeah. When you hit that button, oh, yeah. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, those auto assist programs and stuff, sometimes, especially if they turn on themselves, like when you're, if you have, I mean, you should never use cruise control when it's really bad weather out there because it will always try to maintain that speed. And if it starts slipping, it'll just start slipping even more to try to keep that speed. But yeah, sometimes those auto assist features and stuff will do the same thing. Yeah, I know. I'm still waiting for like a really good snowstorm to get the drone out and fly in the snow. I really want to do that, but just haven't had it. Haven't had it at all. But Yeah, and then I'm hoping to get out some of those videos of the cruise. I haven't really been able to get the drone out. It has been so foggy here for literally just weeks. Like in the mornings and in the evenings, it's foggy, and the rest of the day I'm on the road. So I just have not been able to fly. No, don't take a break, Johnson. Just yeah. The problem is that this time of year for drones that need to have decent weather to really properly function, it's just really hard. I mean, even if you live in the warmer areas of the country, it's still going to be raining a lot during the winter. So, hey, Neon Shadow, how are you doing? What is up? Oh, nice. Robotics, that stuff is cool. That is really cool. My brother was in uh, STEM class, which I think is what you teach, right, Jerry? STEM classes and stuff. But he was in a STEM class, and what they did is they took a four-wheeler and they made an exterior to make it look like a Hummer. And then what they did with the Hummer is they made it to where it would actually like lift up the top of the Hummer. And so it was like a, I guess, what do you call it? A Hummer convertible or whatever. But they made robotics that would lift off the top of this Hummer and then fold it back. It was really cool. It was the coolest looking four wheeler I've ever seen. Duh. But yeah, that's really cool. Over water, of course. Yeah, but you can't fly in fog, and you really like. I don't even want to fly. I don't know if you've seen any videos, but you do not want to fly in fog and freezing temperatures. It will mess your props up really quick. Oklahoma droner, hey man, that's all right. I'm actually able to go a little longer tonight. The son is up in his bedroom sleeping, and we don't have the daughter this week and stuff, so I don't have any pressing things that I have to get done tonight. So I might stay on a little bit. Not going to stay on too long, but maybe another 40 minutes or so. Yeah, STEM stuff is fun. I really like when I was a kid, it was like, oh, I don't want to do extra stuff. But man, I wish I had done that because STEM, a lot of the stuff that they do in those STEM classes and stuff today are just amazing. I know, party night. Party night. I'm going to make it till 9:30. But all right. Hey, have a good one, Cindy. We'll talk to you later. Hey, 40 Below, how are you doing? Good to see you again. Yeah, guys, 40 Below. Many of you guys may have not have met her, but she lives in Alaska and is not afraid to get cold, basically. Like, I think her is it still your latest video? It was a couple days ago, but she went swimming in like 10-degree below weather. Or no, yeah, 10-degree below zero weather. She went swimming. Hey, Steve. Yeah, wing stuff is best. It is your latest video? Yeah. Just and she does some really cool stuff. I mean, she lives in we're not talking like Anchorage, Alaska. She lives in cold Alaska. Cold Alaska. Yeah, and I have no excuse, but so every year on January 1st, they do a polar plunge here. And I've always said, oh, I'm going to do it this year. Oh, I'm going to do it this year. Oh, I'm going to do it this year. And then it gets to be about December 30th or 31st. And I'm like, that's kind of cold. And so I always talk myself out of it. But now you've done this 10-degree below zero. I have no excuse. I need to do it this year. That's where I thought. I thought it was North Pole, Alaska, 40 below, but I just didn't want to say it out loud. If, you know, it's not your stream where you're allowed to say where you live or not. I didn't want to give it out for you. I wanted you. Oh man, really, Johnson? Dude, you gotta tell that story. I don't think I've ever been under ice. That is really, really scary. Hopefully it wasn't like in a river where you're like actually going down trying to pop up through it. Like that's just build a snowman. We don't have our snow is kind of all icy still because we got some snow, but then it got really, really cold, and the little bit of it that kind of melted just crusted over the top of it. So not the greatest of snow for building a snowman, unless you want to just throw snow over me, which I guess I have no problem doing that. Oh, I see what you're saying, Jerry. Wow, I was really late to that. I thought you just said you built a snowman in your yard. Oh gosh. So if you don't know 40 Below, they're kind of doing a little bit of making fun of like the, you know, just fished in your pond or just knocked on your door and rang the bell, you know, the stuff that some channels and stuff say when they subscribe to people so that you find them. They're just having fun with that. Yeah. So 40 Below, how much snow do you guys have there? Because right now we have about 3 inches on the ground, maybe 4. I have a feeling you guys have a little more than we do. Yeah, shoot people at the door, start building a snowman, and just hear the. No, I was looking down at my phone to see. I'm waiting for an email on something also, as well as if anybody else wants to come in. Anybody here who wants to come in, if you guys want to come in and say hi, actually on the stream, you have a camera phone or anything like that, I can send you guys a link and you guys can come on in and say hi. I'm going to stick around for, like I said, a little bit. I'm probably going to shut it down around 9:30 or so. So another 40 minutes. But as far as quarters of an inch of rain, then it flash froze. Ooh, that's nasty. Thanks, Johnson, man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. You want to come in? Yeah, here, I'll interactive. Hold on a second. Just send me an email to that really quick. Steve, I don't like milk in my coffee though. What are you doing? No. There's my email address that you can send it. Just send me an email really quick, interactive, and then I'll get you a link right back out. Or anybody else who wants to come in, as a matter of fact. Oh man, so 40 Below, my daughter, they have had inside recess all week because it's been below 17 degrees above freezing. So at 17 degrees above freezing is when they make them have indoor resets. 20 below, whew, that is tough. Man. Ariel, I think I'm gonna have to go with you on your next voyage of going around and just saying random things on people's streams like that. Yeah, no, the school doesn't shut down 40 below. Their school doesn't shut down. They just don't have indoor or outside recess. They all stay inside. They really do, Oklahoma Turner. They've been saying polar vortex for they've been saying it for the last few days here too. That we have a polar vortex coming in from British Columbia and stuff. All right, I will send you a link here in just a second, Interactive DNA. Hold on a second, guys, while I do some side work. But gonna get Interactive a link, and we'll have him come in. If I can spell his name, jeez. All right, I think we got you. And sent Interactive DNA. I sent it to you. So yeah, whenever you get your camera set up and stuff, come right on in. Yeah, I think that would be just fun as heck, Steve. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything offensive to anybody either. But you go in and you just like, do you guys just go into people's channels and you just start saying that stuff until people figure out what you're meaning? Big black unstable hole in the sun, massive and getting bigger. What are you talking about? Is there a big sunspot going on the sun? I haven't seen anything about that. That definitely would not be a good thing. Yeah, baseball. Popped your corn. Man, you guys have a ton of them. I would sit there and start getting stuck after a few. Ooh, I am a big space nerd. So I am gonna look that up, Johnson, once I get off this stream. Because oh, you do ham radio. That's right. So I wonder why. Is it because of the interference it does with the magnetic sphere that it kind of collapses so things bounce better, or what is it? What does it make that? Yeah, that sounds like fun. Hmm. You guys like my new hat? Oh, it's the daughter's earmuffs that she left here that she's gonna be missing tomorrow when she goes to school. 40 below. It has to be quite the disturbance in the magnetosphere for us to get the northern lights here. We'll get it maybe once or twice a year, but not very vivid. Every 3 or 4 years, we'll get a vivid one. But I actually, when I was a kid, and I was probably the only of my siblings old enough to remember it, but we used to live in Anchorage. Actually, my parents were both Air Force, so we lived on Elmendorf Air Force Base, and I remember seeing the Northern Lights up there. I just also remember that I was like, oh, cool, lights in the sky. I want to go play. But I do remember my parents making me see them. Yeah, the tinfoil hat. Yes. Oh, I don't think 40 Below has seen the tinfoil hat. This might scare her away, but this is my tinfoil hat that I use on Steve's stream. Yeah. I think mine's only aluminum foil, Johnson. I really don't think it's. I don't think it's actually tinfoil. Kev, you guys are really good at this. There we go. Jerry.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Let me see if I can. I don't like. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm trying to see if I don't have feedback. 1 second. I don't like his speakers. I don't like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you hear me well, right?
Yeah. I don't have any feedback or anything. I don't hear any echo or.
All right, that's good. So what's up, man? Is I'm setting up my place here to do a live stream because I'm gonna do some builds, live build, like building drones and so forth.
Nice.
I'm gonna do like the tutorial. I already did a tutorial how to install Betafly in the proper way, right? And I'm gonna do in a way with a very close up, like a micro lens, showing all the step when you saw during the flight controller and so forth.
Oh, nice.
How to test it before you build it. You know, it's gonna be very easy. A child will be able to build it, like a 3-inch quad, and then I'm gonna do probably a 5-inch with a GPS on, so you can return home, all this kind of thing. And I'm gonna build and I'm gonna paint it, you know. So
nice.
you want to hear some story about drone crashing? I didn't crash.
Yes.
I never crashed a drone, but because I used to, because I've been in the media industry for a long time, I deal with helicopters, like filming, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I got to know how to fly those kind of things because helicopters much different, you know, more complex. But my situation was I built a nice quad, right? Very cool, very good looking. I called the Dragon because it was red. It's very fly, very good. And I was doing a test range because I built a special FPV antenna for clear video, right? And what happened is I was doing a range test over here. So I went all the way to the other side of the street, about a mile, close to a mile, right?
Yeah.
And then when I was returning, an old lady came out of nowhere with a stick.
Oh.
So, and then because it was kind of straight too, because I didn't want to fly around her because we'll cut her if she comes toward, and she was coming toward me, right, with a stick. So I tried to go up, and I saw a lot of cables, like electrical cables, the power line. So I couldn't go up, and I couldn't go back because I would lose range, right? The only way was to fly toward her. There was no other way because I had walls in between. So the only thing I had to do, land right in front of her, right? And I see her with a stick. So I saw her destroying, step on the drone and everything.
Oh.
I even have a video on my channel showing what left of, just the motor. She smashed it. You know,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. I built it. Let me show you.
How long ago was that video? I don't think I've seen that one.
So this is what I printed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a 3D. So I painted, it was kind of look like a dragon. See, it looked like a dragon a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the way I do it. Like instead of, because I don't like racing quad, it's ugly, it's just a skeleton. So I like to do a 3D print. And I use the shell, it's hard, right? And I put the VTX here, the camera in there, and I use a bench press to make the holes be strong. It looks very cool.
Nice.
So this is what left of, because I build in 3D, right? So I can do multiple prints, you know. But I was one of my best quad, and she destroyed in front of me.
Oh.
She smashed it with a stick too.
Well, if you, I mean, if you were flying that thing a mile, like you had some pretty good equipment set up on that thing.
No, not really. It's just the thing is antennas.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have antenna, and I fly from inside of my house, I don't go outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this the way I fly. I stay here where I am, and I go around the block to the streets, low, behind. I land at the top of the house, go to the streets. That's how I fly.
Nice.
You know, and I want to build. I'm working on a goggle. They're going to do a free 3D print for people to download. So be able to, anybody that has different vision, right, to be able to see it. And the way I'm going to do it, you're only going to have the lens and the antennas on your face.
Mm-hmm.
The electronics is going to be on your belt, because you don't want a battery on your face.
Yeah.
So all the electronics will be in a belt, and only one cable comes to your face. So it's going to be super light goggle.
Nice. That's not a bad idea at
so
all.
I'm designing, and so you'll be able to do what you call any focus point. The problem with goggles, FPV goggles, is the image quality sucks, all of them, right?
Yeah.
And another thing is that the focus point, they don't think, you know, they think everybody has the same vision. And when you use those add-ons, right?
Yeah.
To make a far side or nearsighted is not perfect. So I'm trying to design in 3D how to make something better. You know, because I'm a product design too. I do products, like high-end products design for video technology. So I understand about the video part of it, you know, and then I'm trying to do that. So I'm using my skills that I learned over the years on this field and other things. But my goal is to do an autonomous drone that I'm writing a code. It takes time, right? Because I'm doing this on my free time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do a sensor drone, a micro drone, that's going to land, stays on the top of the house. It comes and charge it by itself, right?
Yeah.
And when the sensors around the house detects it, it takes off and goes to the direction where the sensor is, and watch and come back and land if it requires, with motion detection.
That would be really awesome.
And then
I saw something about that one. So
all autonomous.
Yeah.
So detect trees, detect humans and everything. It comes back and land and charges by itself. And when it's full charge, it disconnected to overcharge, everything automatic. It's not that difficult to do it. The thing is timing to write the code.
I was going to say, the coding's not going to be easy. Well,
no, it is easy.
Coding is like second knowledge, second language to you, though. You understand that stuff.
Yeah,
I know how to type in like bracket/B for bold.
Yeah, but code, if you think about it, coding is not that difficult, because the hard part is already done by the sensors. So I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what happens is, when you write a script for a drone, like if you're taking off, like I thought I had some demo that I can show you here. Let me see if I can show you something quick here. I may have something here that I can show you, right?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Related to this, Library Studio. Let me see, demo reels here. Let me see if I can show you something quick here. That is related to that. That's what I'm talking about.
that would be a really, really good security device and stuff. I mean, that could be not just used by homes. I mean, we're talking companies and all that stuff. I think there is a company that makes drone that kind of does that for companies, but it's like really, really, really super high price. We're talking like a $10,000-$15,000 price tag on this equipment that these guys are selling.
Yeah, but it's not that difficult though. When you know how to write, you know, it's not that difficult. Let me see if I can show you my screen here because I'm using OBS here. Hold on. See if I can broadcast. Let's show you my camera. 1 second, okay? Are you there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely here.
Oh, you can see it. You can see on there, right?
Yep. I can see you and everything. Yep.
Okay. Let me zoom in here quick. Bring this back on here.
Yep. I'm just trying not to talk over you because when I talk over you, everybody else can't see you. So as long as you're talking, it shows your screen and stuff. So.
All right. That's
this stuff is really interesting to me. I love this stuff.
Okay. Do you see right now what I'm doing? This is let's show you a little bit of programming AI that I built. And what you see on the screen is I create artificial intelligence that behaves like a human. And those legs has its own brain, you know, and I'm telling commands to be itself. Don't do things like I'm telling to do. So I'm saying, I'm writing some predefined code to say, be what you are, not what I wanted you to do. So I'm telling them to stop, right? So basically, when I build the programming for a drone, the drone will think by itself and reason by itself and return it without any commands that I do. See what I'm saying? Right now I'm telling them to stop, like stop, do whatever you do, stop. And the legs now, it has its own brain. I have zero control what I'm doing now on the screen.
So now, like, let's say if your drone, when it's sitting there being, you know, doing some autonomous thing, if it has like an error, are you going to be able to not?
It does automatically, everything automatically.
Okay. So you wouldn't be able to like personally take control of it and be like, wait a second, but what's going on over here?
I could, of course, the things that I build, I can write a thing that it shuts down, right? I can write a line of code, a class that I take full control of it.
Okay.
But when I say be yourself, it does by itself.
Okay.
Let me see if I'm telling them to stop and they don't behave like what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't want to do anything what you want to do. And I say, stop.
So
I don't know if you can see it.
What command would you command would you do to make it stop or whatever?
I write a special code in here to say something like, I wrote a script that it rewrites by itself, right? And what does is, the way I figured out this, I was driving in the road and I said, I was trying to go to, I think, Best Buy on the freeway. And I driving the freeway, and very close, I saw an exit sign. And for some reason, instead of me going to Best Buy, I exit on the nearest exit of the freeway. So I changed my mind.
Correct, yeah.
So I didn't want to, even though I was thinking about going to one place, and it opens the possibility for me to write codes that behaves by itself. Like I did an application, like for instance, this is in the application that I built, it opens in milliseconds, not like a Windows. Let me show you an example, if you can see it or not. Like, I'm opening one over here quick. Let's see if I can find here. Like this application over here. Look how quick it opens it. See that?
Yeah.
See that? You saw a little. I don't know if you see it. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see it
And
saying type username. I don't see what the
yeah,
smaller.
and it knows automatic. Right? If I type, my name, enter, because I don't have something, it closes automatically because I'm not connected to the server.
Huh.
And shuts down
That's pretty cool.
automatically, milliseconds. Cool graphics showing things going on.
But that's all only happening after it's already
with that AI that I built in. So the AI that I built, when you click on the application, you automatic checks the graph accelerator of your system, checks the data, and while you're typing, I'm reasoning the things that your system is.
Oh, okay.
So when I start typing my name, it knows already who I am, and is already on hold to say what kind of name, which name is this. And if I type the next version, it knows automatic closes and open exactly what I want and where I was before.
Wow.
And if I try to make a mistake, it corrects me and says, you cannot do that. You're doing something wrong. And if you're doing something crazy, it goes to me and says, you cannot do that. You're making a mistake here. So I'm saying it automatic shuts down.
That's pretty crazy.
And detects how my mouse moves, because everybody moves different. If I type nay, and if I start moving around, it knows the speed of my mouse is different. And then it start connecting, like, is this really nay that's using the computer? And it locks me out. You say, this is not you.
So how do you unlock it then? Do you have to then go back in and start typing all over again on that one program?
Yeah, if it was not me, if it was not the person that knows my password and logs in, it knows the motion of my mouse. So when you like create a login, I tell you to move a mouse over pictures and video, how to drag your video. And when you're doing that, I'm recording your motion of your hands, how you move.
Yeah.
And everybody's different. And
because I move my mouse under and around from the, like if I was going to click on your face, I would move my mouse under and around through your, around to the left side, whereas I can see you're kind of going from the top over when you're moving to things. So
it knows it's not that difficult. You create an array of motion, right? Yep. And then you say, oh, this is the login, this is this person, but the mouse doesn't make sense. And so I'm saying it's just basically using data.
Yeah.
But locally data. I'm not pulling things from the cloud. That's the crazy thing about it. So the applications that I do, you store things locally. It doesn't go to the cloud. When you create information, it stays here.
That's pretty cool.
And it's for safety. So I'm saying if it goes to the cloud, you're screwed.
Yeah, because then somebody can get all that information and
download. So basically, it is as soon as you close it, it shuts down, and and it's locked, and it has a key in it. And then if you want to use, you log in, you put your flash drive on your computer, and you go through several steps to make a copy of that data, so you can use in another computer.
Yeah, that is nuts. And Steve, Aerial Views, he just said you need to write a book. You really do, because some of this stuff is like, especially like your FPV goggles that you're talking about, with having all the electronic stuff down here at your hip. That's actually, you could have a larger battery because, like you say, you're not carrying it on your face. There's all kinds of different stuff that would be just so much better with having a lot of the electronics down on your hip as opposed to everything up here.
Everything in your face is going to be just the goggle, the system to change it, the focus point, and the antenna is going to be built in. Not that stupid thing that it look like antennas. You don't need that. You just know how to use it, to put it embedded, the proper FPV antenna. So everything's going to be embedded.
Yeah. Hey, Interactive, really quick, throw your name in chat so everybody can see who you are. Some people are asking.
What is it?
Throw your name in chat if you can.
My name?
Yep, just say hi or whatever in the
Okay,
chat so everybody can see you. Or I can bring it back and probably.
Yeah, let me see here. I have to go. You there?
Yep, I'm definitely still here.
Okay, let me go over here.
Let's see if I can find.
It says interactive DNA. You know.
Yep.
Let me. Okay.
Yeah, this stuff is really cool. And like I said, I still need to get with you one of these days and just work with you on getting my OBS set up.
And I'll help you with that.
Yeah, I remember you said the first thing that I need to do is delete OBS.
Yeah, no, you delete it. I will install. I make everything work right. I don't know if you can see it quick. The thing that I did, the technology that I did in terms of video compression.
Yeah, yeah.
See that thing? I'm getting information from each pixels and I'm recoding. So you get a pure clone of the pixel information.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see it. So I'm reading every part of the picture.
Uh-huh.
And I'm re-encoding. And with those numbers is a clone of the entire line of pixels. So you have Blu-ray quality on the internet. I was the first one in the world to have Blu-ray quality in the internet.
Huh.
Back in 2006, I opened a business in London. I had a business in London. A lot of companies like Disney, BBC News, the porn industry want to use it.
Yeah, I bet.
So
basically, you're doing it's an upscaling program almost, correct?
No.
No? Oh,
no.
Okay. So then
and something else.
Oh, okay.
What I did is basically like this. When you close your eyes and somebody say, think about a pink elephant, right?
Yeah.
You already know the shape.
Yeah.
You already know what color it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to send that data. So the decoder, I built that encoder and the decoder, right? The encoder has classes, and the decoder has classes with a dictionary on about things. So when you're streaming an image, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of sending over 0001, 001, or whatever it is to make it a red color, I shrink that. For instance, if the entire screen is green, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of sending tons of data, I just say green, and the whole screen is green. So it's very small file size.
Have you ever seen the show Silicon Valley?
No, I never. You
need to watch that show, because what you were describing to me is literally like what that guy designs. Like it's a way, well, not literally, but he basically designs a way of compressing data better than anybody has ever done before for video and mainly video, but it's a way of compressing video to such a small size so they can be sent and streamed better. And that's basically what he does. And that's kind of a lot of what you're kind of describing to me, right?
Yeah, it's similar. Everybody does different.
Yeah, but he creates this basically little company with his friends, and then all of a sudden they go big, and like everybody's trying to buy him out, and like it's kind of funny because they kind of go through like they were like people that nobody paid attention to in this small company, and then all of a sudden like everybody wants them to be a part of what they're doing and stuff. It's a pretty good show. It's kind of funny.
Actually, I used to work in Silicon Valley. And one of the tech that I work is on the Museum of Technology.
Nice.
Forever. So one time I was working, I said, the thing that you build is in the Museum of Technology in San Francisco.
Nice.
And that was back in year 2000. I built a virtual mall that had hidden things, animations. You click on, things open up,
Nice.
It was kind of cool. So nobody had done that before. And
That's really cool.
I used to live in Cupertino, California. I even met Steve Jobs once.
That's cool.
One of the guys that I used to work, engineer, right? He used to work for the Apple too. So one day he said, let's go. Maybe you'll meet Steve Jobs, right? So, all right. I met him like quick. He just came to the gallery. They had like a gallery thing. So what happened is he said, I'm going to go to because my office was in San Jose, right? Santa Clara. I was in Cupertino. So we went there in Cupertino. I was very close. We have the Apple buildings. So when I went there with him, and there was like an old car parked on the top of the where you walk, like it was kind of old, not new, but recall. I don't know what the name of the car. It's like one of those odd cars, right? And he said, "See that? That's a Steve Jobs car. He never parked. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like to park, so he just park whatever he wants, right?" So he was showing me some stuff that he did, right? And Steve came and said hi. I said, hey, what do you do? I work here. He said, all right. So he just passed through. I just talked to him.
That's pretty cool.
But he was basically a businessman, Steve Jobs. You know, he didn't create none of that. People say he created. He basically
he created
he's just a businessman. He did something smart, right? What people don't know is that the history about, for instance, what Apple is today is because of the Apple Store sell applications. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the deal about it. And he was a businessman. He looks in and says, he goes to the designer and says, I don't like it, make it better. He goes to the engineers, make it better. He had the vision to see potential on people and make people work hard. See what I'm saying?
And he wanted his own version of everything. He wanted a proprietary Apple version of anything.
And if you have something you compete with him, he will destroy you.
Yes.
Basically. And let me tell you an example. What happened is, if I've been in the music media industry for many years, right? I work with movie stars, engineers, all over from different countries too, right? And I learned a lot of things about technology in my area, right? And there was a technology called Flash, right? And Flash owned by Adobe. Adobe brought from Micromedia. You hear what I'm saying? So what happened is the iPhone came out, and Apple goal was to make money, tons of money with applications, right? And the only product out there was Flash that would compete with Apple, right? So Apple made Flash run like crap on the Macintosh, right? Still saying bad things about it. And then Adobe started working with the graph accelerator companies, and they made Flash run with the GPU acceleration, and that would destroy Apple Store, right? So basically, they made a deal, some kind of deal. So probably the deal was, we forget about Final Cut Pro. I don't know if you have heard about that, right?
Yeah.
And the people that used to work with Flash engineers, they're all working for Apple now. One of the big guys are working for the Apple Watch. They created a language called Swift. Macintosh is basically the same name of Flash when Flash was in the beginning. See how things start making sense?
Yeah.
Because Flash was free games. And where's the point? Paying for something you can get for free, right?
Yep.
So Adobe made a deal, just kill Flash. And we concentrate on Adobe Premiere. So Adobe Premiere is the #1 application for video editing now.
Correct, yeah. I've actually looked at getting Premiere and stuff, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet.
Yeah, now it depends what you want to do, though. If you wanna do something professionally, right? Adobe Premiere, there is no other application, because there is an integration between Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Adobe Premiere, and all the other applications in one umbrella, right?
Yep.
And if I want to do something, animation, visual effects, I can send to Premiere and you're done. And if you work with a different application, you have a problem converting files, open files. And with Adobe, it's just one location. See what I'm saying? And if you want to do professional, if you want to make money, but otherwise, there's a lot of applications out there you can use it instead of it. And Adobe Premiere uses a lot of processor. If you use Adobe Premiere, you cannot have any other application open.
Really?
You know? Yeah, you have to use Adobe Premiere. This is it.
Oh.
Even the systems that are used like cost thousands of dollars, you know, and high-end computers, I cannot use all the application open at the same time because
you can't have. So like if I'm using Adobe Premiere, I can't have like the internet open or anything at the same time? Or?
I not recommend it. No, I do not recommend it. And the way you set up when you have Adobe Premiere, any video editing system, you gotta have a graph accelerator that's good, right? It supports the engine, right?
Yep.
And you gotta have a solid state drives or what you call SCSI hard drives, stripes to go very fast, right? And good process. Process is okay, but it's not that important these days. These days is graph accelerator and hard drive speed and memory to hold the graphics in place, right? And the way you do it, you have all your software installed in one hard drive. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And all your projects have to be running on another hard drive, separated. And then when you do the rendering, they cache in another hard drive.
Okay.
Because when you're dealing video, you're taking a lot of big chunks of data back and forth, right? So you want to be things being real time. For instance, my work is I deal with 4K, 8K, 16K, 24K image size. So I gotta have a fast computer.
You deal with 24K video?
Yeah, because do video walls.
Oh man!
And it takes like 3 days to render in a very fast computer, like $50,000 computer. Takes probably about 3 days to render.
Man, but it's got to look almost better than real, right?
It looks amazing. The things too, a lot of people don't know. 1080p uncompressed video, it looks amazing. All the video that you see online is all crap. All the video, the DJI video image quality is like crap. It's not even real to true HD. Even the 4K. Back in 2000, in 2000, I saw a demo by the government showing a HD television, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this we still used to use. You were supposed to call 2K video, not 1080p, right?
Yeah.
So let me tell you a story about that video quality. People don't know. All the video that you see on YouTube look like crap. You know, when you see the true things that we record on the camera, right? That's why when we record on the video on the camera, it's very compressed.
Yeah.
So I'm saying
I noticed with like JPEG and MP4s and stuff like that, it's a lot worse than like. But so raw video is even compressed?
No, the raw video is not compressed when you take a picture. Like if I give an example, you have a DSLR, right? A camera, right?
Yep, I have one.
You take a picture of flower and you look at it.
Yeah.
Video is supposed to look like that, right?
Yeah.
So back in 1997, the government came to the other TV station because I used to work for ETV for the government back then. And they came and they had a demo, showing a demo of HD television, what's supposed to be, right? So I was watching one of those videos, and the helicopter was flying in the stadium. I was able to see details on the face, people in the stadium.
And that's only
you'll be able to recognize. None of the video that you see on YouTube, you can see that.
Huh. Even though that was only in 2K back then, right?
2K. Wow. So let me tell you what's going on. Because a lot of TV stations around the United States was invest in analog satellite systems, would cost them tons of money to switch to HD, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they made a deal, basically, right? The broadcast companies to say, let's go reduce the image quality, compress the hell of it, right? but let's go call 1080p, right?
Yeah.
And then instead of we broadcasting one channel through beautiful HD, we'll divide the channel in 6 channels. This is why when you watch Fox Days, Fox News, Fox this, so I'm saying all different Foxes, it's supposed to be one stream. So you have every channel has about 6 of them. This is why you have ETV Live, ETV World, they all look like crap.
Because they have their one broadcast that's
It's
doing
split
6 channels worth of.
Yes, so they split the signal and compress so they can have, because the government says you have this kind of pipe to broadcast, right? And they gave a deadline. By the time of 2013, it's supposed to be 2010, and then they changed 2010, and then they changed it again to that deadline for 2013 to something 2013 to all the broadcast companies in the US to broadcast in HD. Otherwise, they'll be shut down or get a fine to be digital. That's why when you
remember
watch
digital, and I don't think there's any analog signals being sent out anymore. Like you said, 2013 was when that stopped, right?
Yeah. And another thing, do you know the people that buy goggles? They're all analog. The government the next day can say illegal to fly analog, and you can't fly that anymore.
Huh.
They can do the same thing as they did to the television system.
Yeah.
No broadcast in the United States because it's digital, it's more secure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Analog, anybody can get that data and decode. So I'm saying, because it's not, understand that. You see the digital analog versions is 2 different streams, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So basically, it's what it is. If you take a picture with your camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
And open in Photoshop, crop it to 1080p, right? Look at the detail. It looks better than a 4K TV.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do that with my, because the DSLR that I just got it. So I'm still figuring this thing out. But it's a 24.5 megapixel camera. So it has more than enough pixels to crop into 4K or 1080 or anything.
Yeah, so when you display a picture, have you noticed when you display a picture, if you take a picture and display on your television, the USB drive, those TVs, has a USB drive that you can play back pictures? You see how gorgeous the pictures are?
Yeah.
And videos are not like that.
No, not even close.
Even the Blu-ray quality, when you watch a Blu-ray, you see the noise.
Yeah.
And then when you're dealing with this is why when we do like 3D rendering, we have to put noise to match all the video.
Really?
Yeah, because if I do a rendering 3D graphics, it cannot be perfect, because if it's too perfect, you see a big difference. So I have to open After Effects and put some noise in the 3D.
Huh. Or it just doesn't look right on the video because of the way it compresses?
Yes. Yeah.
This
is why when you do like high-end cameras, like $100,000 camera, when you do a shooting, when you go out to shoot something, right? You have to add noise.
Huh.
Because otherwise it's too perfect and image will not match. Because some people may work with a different cameras, designers work with the different things, and this is why they have the grading. You grade the image, right? And there's another person that adds the noise. The grading, the same thing. That is annoying. You gotta edit that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
I have never noticed that. Of course, like I said, really getting into photography and actually editing and all that stuff. I only started doing that when I started this channel, and I really haven't been doing any real strong editing except for the last 4 or 5 months.
Editing is super easy though. Like the thing is editing and filming is not that difficult. What the people don't understand, they get overwhelmed, is that the thing is too hard, but it's not. It's basically understanding composition, framing, right? common sense in terms of motion. You understand motion and when to cut. And I always tell people that graduate from film school, they want to, I test them, show me what you have shown, because sometimes they want me to hire them or whatever the companies they work.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example, right? When you're trying to show something on camera, right? I'm going to show you something, okay? And you tell me what it is, okay?
Okay.
Let me see. You'll probably saw because I seen a delay here. Let me open my thing here so you don't see. Let me get something else here. 1 second.
No problem.
Like, I'm going to show you something, right? I don't know if you saw it.
I
So
kind of stopped, but go ahead.
So basically, when you see this, right?
Yep.
You see what it is?
Yep.
You recognize it?
Yep.
Okay. You don't need to show that anymore. Do you understand?
Yep.
So basically, it's this. When your brain recognizes what it is, right?
Yeah.
Cut. And that could take 2 or 3 seconds. If it's something good looking, something interesting, you can be like this. Look, you see it and you count 1, 2, 3, cut. Your brain already knows it is a drone. And then you can change your angle to a close-up or fly from the top. You got to change angles. Your brain gets bored, no matter how beautiful you're trying to show.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that. I think actually maybe you've said it, but I've seen it somewhere where it's like, what is it? After 4 seconds, you'll lose a third of your audience. Within 7, you've lost most.
Yeah. So
as far as attention-wise.
Basically, it's like this. As soon as you recognize things, right? Cut different angles, right?
Gotcha.
And show something else. This is why B-rolls save the editor's life.
Yeah, they do. They can sometimes make the video more than the actual focus of the video.
You have to tell you a story. And the thing is this. For instance, people used to go have a camera, right? They go to parties and they record the entire party, right? And I said, do this. Next time you go to a party, right? Pick one song that you like, just one song, right? On the entire party, right? And record the entire song, moving the camera just a little bit slowly so you don't change the audio. Because if you change it, the sound goes up and down, right?
Yeah.
So you take your camera and move a little bit like you're going 360. Not much, right? And come back in the same location, showing different things by stable. Hold to your body and just move a little bit. One song, the entire song, record the beginning to the end, right?
Yeah.
That is going to be basically the entire party. So what do you do that? Take your camera, put it aside, have fun, drink, or whatever it is. And then in between, like every 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, take your camera and record somebody talking for 3 seconds and cut. Show the cake for 3 seconds, 4 seconds, because you need to give at least 1 second to cut, to do transitions. You don't want to cut all the time, right? So if you want an image that is going to last like 3 seconds, you record for 4 seconds long. Make sense?
Because you want a half second on each side interval for cut. Yeah.
So what you do is this. You record a song, right? One song only. And that is going to be the main timeline. And then all the cuts that you did, you do where you're moving, and then you add it to the beat of the song. And if you know music, you cut to the beat. If you do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, cut. Fa, si, la, si, fa. See what I'm saying? Cut.
Yeah.
Or you can do with your feet. Like when you listen to the song and you cut. If there's cut, you can press the keyboard, use the keyboard to cut it. Don't use the automation on the software to do the auto cut.
Yeah.
Learn how to do it because you become more original. You don't want to be too perfect. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, because otherwise it just looks, I guess.
Look plastic in a way.
Yeah.
So basically, is the secret of shooting editing is telling a story from the beginning and middle. For instance, my first job that I got doing video thing was in New York City, right? And they want to do something like was it like a wedding for high-end house, high society people, right? And what they did is the rich people don't go to the ceremony. They only go to the party they have at night. Only family, Italian weddings, right? So there was very high-end entertainment system they pay for, right? And my goal was to go to the ceremony, right? And shrink the entire ceremony in less than 2 minutes without making a single mistake. And everything had to be edited on camera, not in the software.
Oh.
So I had to, they paid me a lot of money back then. It was my first job, by the way, ever, right?
Nice.
So basically what is this? Basically what I did is this. Look at this. I go to the church, they are going to the wedding, right? I go to I shoot the top of the church. I go down to showing the door of the wedding, the church, like 1, 2, 3, and stop recording, right?
Yep.
And wait until the bride is coming in a limousine, and I record only the limousine coming and cut, and I walk away and when they open the door for she coming out, another cut for 3 seconds when she getting out.
Yeah.
So, and then they play a trance music. Do you know trance music?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Live on the pad, and it's perfect.
Nice.
And the same time, same day. Impossible to do that without doing the camera.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because you have to travel to another city.
Yeah.
It was never the same place. They always had in a different, maybe New Jersey, whatever. Sometimes I have to take a plane, and I have 1 hour to go to there. See what I'm saying? Crazy.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of time, so you gotta get it right.
And you have to be perfect. And they see in a big movie theaters, like 2 big screens playing with lasers and everything. Big weddings, though, right?
Yeah.
That was my first job, but I have to be edited.
That's crazy. I actually have at least one wedding that I might do this summer. I might even do a second one with the drone and camera and stuff. But
yeah, basically what I did. Basically, it was amazing. Everybody loved it. Everyone was just like,
nice.
You know. And then a TV producer saw my work in Salt Lake City, and he said, "Who did this job?" I said, "I did it." I said, "You want to work for me?" So I went to Salt Lake City and doing the TV shows. There I was making commercials and stuff like that in Salt Lake City.
Nice. Yeah, that's really cool. Because the one thing about weddings compared to like doing my drone videos is in weddings you get one chance to make that. You don't get to say, "Oh, hey, I'm sorry, could you get out of that limo again, please?"
Yeah, you have to work 100%.
Yeah, it has to work 100% of the time, because if you're sitting there saying to a bride or to a groom or to anybody, "Hey, can you please redo that?" There's no genuine the second time.
And imagine, and the weddings that I was doing, do you know how much they paid? Probably like $100,000.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. See,
So
I'm not getting paid that much, but
so I'm saying, so I could not make mistakes.
Yeah.
That was like, but you just think about what you're doing.
Yep.
And it works. I never had a problem.
And some of the stuff that I'm going to do with the drone for the weddings and stuff is going to be like what you're saying when you're showing the church. You can, if you mess up or whatever, doing just the church from the top down, you can do that cut again because there's nobody coming out of it at that point. But you got to make sure you get her coming out of the limo right.
Yeah. Let me show you something. See this here? I don't know if you can see it.
Yep, the Anafi, yep.
I got this the other day. I didn't open yet because I ordered all the parts, batteries, right?
Uh-huh.
this is the best drone in the market, no matter what they say. So I mean, so I'm saying I work with movie stars, I work with film, I work with the best in the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have tons of Emmy awards, a lot of awards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of bona fide on this media, the system,
Yeah.
right? This is the best drone for shooting. You know why? Because this little thing, the camera goes 180 degrees.
Yeah.
The most compelling shots that you can do is from different angles that people not used to see it.
Correct.
And with this, you can record things going up and showing up. You can do a lot of cool things with it that no other drones can do at this price. So I'm saying,
Yeah.
this is why I want to do some video tutorials. I just bought it to show you like how to do tutorial, how to record, how to use your drone to record video, and how to edit them, right?
Yeah.
I believe DJI is have to build another drone, the next version, a camera that does 180 degree.
They're gonna have to.
They have to.
Yeah, because I mean, when I saw the Anafi and stuff and how it can do the up thing, like what everybody else has said is bridges, but not just like being able to look at the underside of bridges, but being able to go from being under the bridge and looking up,
yeah,
pulling out and
yeah.
going over on this side, all in one shot, and doing this, opposite and stuff. Having that kind of a view, or like an apple tree, or whatever you are looking at, you've got this view. Whereas right now you've got this view.
Yeah, there's the B-roll. Yeah, you're right. Like, for instance, like passing a bridge, right? Like you're saying, the way I would shoot it, right? There's a bridge, right? I show him going too close to the bridge. When I'm passing, I want to show the belly of the bridge for a few seconds. And then when it goes past by, or the water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do now, because you can only go down.
And you are in a church. You're going to shoot weddings, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's showing something that you don't have to fly. It's just because you have a stabilizer on it. You hold the drone on it, start recording, and then you use as a gimbal. And you can have a very nice shot of the church, the altar, and to the top.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Or like, another thing that I'm thinking is, like, if you were to, let's say, have your gimbal pointed 45 degrees up inside at the front door of that church, looking up into the rafters, because let's face it, when you're inside the church, everybody looks up, because the architecture on the top part of the ceiling is usually where it's just crazy. If you're in a big old church or something, looking up at that church, coming back out the door and doing, that.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is just amazing. And I've,
like friends,
does that.
Friends, I give an example. All the footage out there, 99% of footage out there done with DJI products, right? Or any other products, is a scenery, beautiful scenery, but beauty after 15 seconds have to be more.
Yeah.
It becomes the same thing. People, the things that people learn, the thing is this: before you buy a drone, invest in a drone, please get a book, go online, learn cinematography, learn how to re-edit, learn how to, even how to frame things before you invest in a camera drone. And then you start realize, okay, this is not the drone that I want, because I understand this now. So see, it's like people buy drones but have no clue what a camera is supposed to be doing. So because the drone does there, it's stable, because it doesn't shake, and it's pretty no matter what they point, and this is it. But it's not it. You have to tell a story, beginning, middle, and end, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And again, B-rolls, without it, you cannot tell a story. Is what the action is.
Correct. Yeah, I have a couple of videos that I've been wanting to do, but just it's not the right season for it and stuff. And one of them, I think when you were telling, who was it? Was it Jim 616 Drones once? I think you were telling him about basically 6-second cuts or less.
Yeah, I did a video in here, right? I have on one of my video, right?
Mhm.
It's before I record. Like, let me show you. Let me see if I can show you here. Let me see if I can go to YouTube. Like, basically, hold on. Let me show you a link. I'm going to show you a link. It's called Before You Press Record, and people seem like not getting it. This is what I'm going to do. Let me see if I can go there. I don't have my system set up yet because I'll just put the things yet. I just connect this camera over here quick.
That's fine.
But I'm gonna put a link in there so you can see it. Let me push the link in there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at it.
I pressed the link in there, right? Basically,
go.
what it is, right? I have rules, 4 rules when you go shooting, right?
Mhm.
One, the first thing is that you have to understand everything that you shoot has eyes on it.
Correct.
You have to imagine eyes on things, no matter what you do. If you want to shoot a drone, you have to think, if the drone had eyes on, what the eyes would be, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is where you're supposed to put the eyes on the canvas. I'll give you an example right now. On OBS, I created a free OBS that you can download. Do you see what my red eyes is now? It's going to show on the screen. See the cross over here?
Yeah.
See where is it? It is right here. This is what my eye is supposed to be. When you have an interview with people, you have OBS and you tell, can you turn the camera up or down? So I'm saying to make sure my eyes are on this line.
Gotcha.
See that?
Yeah.
And if I'm looking, I'm keep dropping my phone here. Hold on a second, because I was reading the chat at the same time.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking at this direction that I'm right now, I need to give space where my eyes is looking at it. See that I give it space ahead?
Yeah.
If I am in the other side, I have to put space in this area.
Okay.
On that video that I show you when you're recording a drone, if you're flying, you gotta give it space. If you're recording somebody walking, give it space in front of it. If this was flying, right? If I'm flying with this drone, I have to give it space.
Okay. So you don't want the person necessarily centered in your video. You want them.
No.
You want
never
them,
do
like
that.
if they're walking forward, you want them farther in the back so you can see what they're seeing, kind of, and get a visual of the event.
Because to give it a sense of motion.
Correct. Okay.
And when you're doing an interview, I always tell people, don't look in front of it. Look at the side, because what happened is, look what I did. I'm not that good looking, right? So you want to see people to look around. Your eyes start glazing around.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you start seeing what's going on around the canvas, so you don't get bored.
So hold on. So let me tilt my camera and see if I can. Now, so I'm about at the same level that you're showing it. Is that right there?
So when you
cut, better?
So when I cut a foot, so it's not down the hole or up. See down?
Yeah.
So it's same level. So when see I'm saying we give it space. Now I can see your drone, so I can see your head there while I'm talking to you, right?
Yeah.
So when you're talking, you don't, and then you have to look a little bit to the empty space.
Okay, so I'm more looking like over here, kind of like, I guess,
so
towards my second monitor.
Yeah, so you have to put the camera or something that you can read the chat behind the camera.
Okay.
So when you talk to, you look at the lens of the camera. So I can really look. I'm reading the chat right now on the phone, and I look at the lens. So when I'm talking, I'm look like a one-on-one personal conversation.
Yeah.
So
I try to do that as much as I can. That's why I actually I have my chat right over here on my screen so I can see it. And then I have on this my other screen over here is where I actually keep like my analytics running, so I can see if there's like the stream's got bad, frame rate or whatever, something like that. I'll look and see that.
If I am on the center, right? It becomes like, okay, what are you doing? You're trying to get out of the screen?
Yeah, not only that, but I'm also trying to do this to look around you to see the screen because you're over it. And
now see the position that you are. I am in the same position. That means I have to turn to the other direction.
Oh, okay. So like if you and me are on the same screen, me facing one way and you facing the other way.
The other way. Like if you go to the other direction that you are, but give them space. So it would be like having a conversation. It's like the way that we do on TV, right?
Yeah.
Like if you go to the other side and turn to this side. Now go to the other side of the screen. Here? Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, yes. Now go all the way to the other side. Move your body to the other side, facing just like you are.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, now talk.
Now, okay. So
now when I'm talking, right?
Yeah.
Look at this. Now it's odd. You're there, it's odd because we're sitting the same thing. Look like we're talking to somebody else.
Yeah, okay. So now it's actually like you're talking to me.
Yeah, now you turn around. The other side. Now turn it.
Yep.
No, you turn your body. You turn your body.
Yep.
Now you turn it.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah, you're in the right location, but you have to change your body 90 degrees.
Change my body 90 degrees. Like
right there. Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Now, why you change it? It flips it?
Is my screen flipping it?
No, you're right now. Now move your body to the other side of the screen to give you space.
Oh, okay. Well, I have no more room I can go because.
Okay. Me too. Me neither here because I have my thing over here. But basically what it is like I'm in this side of the screen and you're on the other side.
Yeah.
Facing each other.
Gotcha.
So when we talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's more like one-on-one conversation. So the viewers, you see it, and it's very fluid conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
And the eyes level, see what I'm saying? Always the same. That's why I put that line in there. And then you can turn it off the line. Like if I turn it off the line.
Okay. So now it's like there's a camera in between, like on the table, with one pointing this way and one pointing this way, and one's looking at you and one's looking at me. And so when I talk, it's pointing at me, but it's like I'm facing across the table at you right now.
Yeah, there is a rule in filming, 180 degrees, right? You cannot cross the axis.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do. You have, imagine this. All right, here it is. I don't know if you can see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a camera over here. What we're trying to mimic is that we are using one camera as two.
Yeah.
Imagine the knife here, right? This part over here, right? So your camera cannot pass the 180 degrees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically what I'm trying to do is the camera is shooting here and another one shooting there, but the same angle.
Yeah. If
you cross the axis, right, it flips. The image flips. It doesn't match.
Correct.
So, but what I'm saying, it's just like when you study this, learn a little bit, and they say, makes sense. So when people are talking, it's very fluent. You know? And like, for instance, if I was talking to you right now, if I was in front of the computer, right? You don't see that much, but you can see the computer, people can ask questions. What is that? You got that drone, you got this, you got that. It brings more conversation to the stream.
Okay.
Because you may be able to like run out of topic, right?
Yeah.
And someone may mention, you can just turn and say, let's go talk about this.
Yeah.
You know, this is the thing. When you know how to do that, shooting a drone video, any kind of things is easy.
Yeah.
And you don't spend hours editing. because when you shoot a video, you basically know what to shoot and not to shoot.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you edit, it's easy because you basically have the B-rolls that you need, and you can reuse B-rolls. The cool thing about B-rolls, you can reuse them.
Yeah.
Have a great night, man.
The main focal point of the story, they're just filler to give I guess a squirrel or a shiny object moment for the viewer. Yeah. They're not really necessarily like you have your A-roll, and basically if you were to just have that all go in one thing, there's your story, but the B-roll is actually like I guess secondary focus.
Yeah, B-rolls I think is the soul of anything in moving images. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And without it, doesn't matter what you can't tell a story just one shot. You know, like give an example. If you have a drone, right, you're gonna shoot the lake or some kind of cool scenery, right? Mm-hmm. What you can do, you can take another camera, shoot from the top, the drone starts spinning, a close up of the motor spinning. When the drone is taking off, right? Mm-hmm. Seconds, right? And when you're flying, right? And you show the scenery, you show the water for 3 seconds and show where the drone is heading, right? And it doesn't have to be in the same location. People never know.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the trick of moving images. It's to make things believable.
Yeah.
And if you do that, people watch over and over and again because it's not boring.
Gotcha.
It's back to the birthday party thing that I told you before. Like if you shrink a birthday party for a minute and a half or 2 minutes long, the entire thing, even if it was 10 hours long, people will watch over and over and over.
Yeah.
You know,
because they're not getting bored because they're not,
because
watching
they see everything, they see all the progress.
Gotcha.
You know, even when they're singing happy birthday, you don't do that. You're just showing them when they blow the cake or whatever it is, people eating, put some music on. Yeah. People already know that song. They don't want to hear it again.
Yeah, I got you. Well, hey, I got to get going. Yeah, I got to shut the screen down and stuff. But man, this has been so cool. We definitely need to talk more about this stuff, Nay. Because
anybody needs to talk to you. You ask me any question, man. I'll be able to answer. If I know, I'll be able to answer. If I don't, I'll say I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey man, I appreciate you coming on. That was, especially like the where to focus your camera and stuff. That's
I'll help you out with OBS though.
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna need the help because my brother tried to show me a couple things, and I was like,
and your image quality will look better. And your image quality will look better too.
Yeah, it will. I know that Hangouts has kind of that. I call it the soap opera fuzziness to it.
Yeah, with OBS, you control the image quality.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? Yeah. And Hangout is controlling the image quality. You don't want to do that. All right, man. I know it's late there, and I got to go too. All right, man. Nice talking to you, though.
You too. Thank you for coming in. And hey, everybody, I'm going to shut the stream down as well. Appreciate everybody coming in and saying hi and stuff. We will talk to you guys next week. Every single week on Thursdays, I'm on 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I just usually there's not a huge agenda as far as what we're doing. It's just talking about stuff. And sometimes like tonight, we were going to start talking about, drone crashes and all that stuff. And we kind of had a few drone crash videos, but we also just go off on tangents. And honestly, most conversations go that way when you're having fun with friends. And that's kind of what this is about. So I will see everybody next week. I'll see some of you guys on some of the other streams that I see. And I hope everybody has a great Thursday. And if I don't see you before then, have a good weekend. Talk to you later.